Hey, um, I am feverishly working my business before I start my full-time job this morning, and I am doing some stuff that I thought might be helpful for y'all to learn. Oh, hold on. I just wanted to make sure I was in Dream Seekers which I think I am. So, yes. All right. So anyway, I have been very heads down over the past month, really working hard on, sponsoring people and getting new VIP customers. My full-time job has been extremely demanding and stressful, and I have a lot of meetings throughout the day. And so I am trying to learn ways to work smarter, not harder, right? Because we all have the same 24 hours in the day. We're all really busy. And I think a lot of times it gets overwhelming when you think about the things that you want to do to make your business grow. And I will tell you, I have been there and I'll probably be there again at some point, right? Right now, I am extremely excited about working my business. I'm extremely excited about the future of my business. And I just have really had a need to learn things that will help me grow my business without spending more time, right? So I just wanted to real quick show you something that I'm doing because I'm doing it right now, and I figured I might as well go live and show you guys as well because it might be something that you want to try. Well, first of all, I did a TikTok training from Ray Higdon that was amazing back at the beginning of this month. And I just want to tell you guys my results from that because I'm dumbfounded, to be honest. I think part of it is because it was me starting a new platform, but learning it before I started it. So, when I started Instagram, I didn't do any training. Facebook obviously was just a personal fun thing for me before I started my business. So I didn't have a strategy when I started any of my other social media platforms. And so I think what has been so fun with this is that I started TikTok. I'll tell you, I had 2 followers. I only started TikTok because my daughter was on there and I wanted to keep track of her. So I had 2 followers. I had 1 video that I created and I had 0 likes. No one liked, well, I might have had a few people like that video actually. No, I think I just had views. 1 month later, I have 2,276 followers, 78 videos that I've created, and 28,000 likes. And I have 1 video that is almost viral. They consider viral 1 million views or more, and I have over 750,000 views on it. So knowing that I have now a focus, which is going to be TikTok, to be honest, and that things could get busy and crazy for me, I have to learn strategies to make things easier, right? So easier, faster. I need to be effective with my time. Because again, I don't have a whole lot of it, right? I'm working right now, and then I'm going to start my full-time job at around 7:30. So I have about 45 minutes. So I'm going to share my screen and show you guys an awesome app that was mentioned in one of the trainings. I've probably been through like 5 different trainings: TikTok training, which was a 7-day series, a Bob Heilig training, which I've just joined his leadership academy, which I'm super excited about. And then what other training did I do? And then I did one from an Instagram guy. So I've literally been just absorbing as much as I can like a sponge. And I don't remember which training it was, but they talked about Trello, which is an app, and it's free. And I have used it before and I stopped using it. But I think now I'm really going to find some value in it. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm actually going to share my iPhone because I want to share with you guys what exactly I'm doing on Trello. So I have been trying to batch my content, which is something I learned in the TikTok training, where basically you literally take your time and you batch it up. So like I take, an hour of time and I figure out what I'm going to do for content for the whole week. And then I take another hour, hour and a half of time to actually create that content, to create those videos all in one day. So I'm batching my content, and I've done that for the last couple of weeks now, and it's worked great. Like, it alleviates a ton of stress for me as far as posting, because I have all of my content batched and in drafts in TikTok ready to go. And then I just use them between TikTok Reels and Facebook Reels. I just use that content between all three platforms, which is another tip. I don't post them usually on the same day, but I try to mix them up. So I'm sorry, my vacuum is emptying itself. I'm going to actually turn it off, I think. Sorry. It might be done, but it might. Yeah, I can't turn it off right now because it's empty in the bin. Hold on, I'm going to shut the door. I don't know how well you guys could hear that, but it was super loud for me. Okay, I'm going to pause it. All right. So what I'm going to show you is how I'm using Trello to help me organize when I batch my content. So, and I basically added the rest of this week into Trello so that I could test it out this morning with my first post. So what I did was I created board. You can create boards in Trello. So this is just a reminder for me of what kind of problems I'm looking to solve. So I'm trying to solve problems for people that want to look and feel younger. I'm trying to solve problems for people that are saving time, making money, saving money, that want more energy. So it all boils around like our product, services, and on our opportunity. Okay, so that's just a reminder for me. I just added it in there so that I'd have it at my tip of my hands. Then I created a template. And basically what I'm going to do, and I'll show you the end result here, but I created this template and I go in. So I'm going to create, let's say it's Sunday, and I'm going to create my, I'm going to, hold on. I'm trying to figure out how there we go. Okay. It's Sunday and I'm starting my content creation. So I'm going to do one on, I added my categories in here. So I'm going to actually do this one. I'm going to delete all this. This particular one is going to be about business and opportunity, because I found a really cool sound that goes with business and opportunity that I want to do. I'm going to plan on posting this one on, let's say, the 8th. At 6:47 a.m. Okay, so I schedule the time. Then I create a label, because I like, and I'll show you where these labels come into play. I like the color coding. I like being able to see the colors, because then it tells me the variety of content that I have throughout what I'm creating. And it gives me just a visual to see. And I'll show you that in a little bit. Then I added a checklist. And this is a template, remember? So I'm not typing this every single time I'm doing every piece of content that I'm doing. I created a template so that I just use this template. I'm creating my one piece of content and I'm checklisting all these items as I create the content, right? I'm making sure that my music is trending. I'm using a call to action. And these are just, again, reminders for me. And it was just a way for me to help remember to do certain things as I'm creating my content. Then once I have, as I'm going through creating the content, I know my theme is business. I am going to figure out what my title is. So I add my title. And once I know my title, I actually am going to change this up here to the actual title, because that helps me copy that title over in, or, that helps me just know which one I have to do in which order. And then I put in which sounds I've used, what my idea is, because if I'm, for whatever reason, starting this particular piece of content and I know what sound I'm using, but let's say maybe I didn't do anything else on it. I want to be able to easily find that sound so I can actually create the content. So I'm adding the sound used, what my idea is. So folding laundry, and looking at my daughter. I already check marked that one, so that's why it's crossed out. Looking at my daughter mad. I don't know. I'm just making something up. Then this is a reminder for me, like when I do this video, am I going to be ready or not ready? Because when you batch your content, if you're not ready in the morning, you want to do all the beginnings of the TikTok or Reels that you're not ready. So like I look like this right now. So I would want to start all my TikToks like that. And let's say I want a transformation at the end of my TikTok. Then the second piece would be going to get ready and then, you know, having your transformation. So I'm going to try to do all the ones that I can without myself ready. So I need to know, am I starting off this particular one ready or not ready? And then I put any props that I need. And then once I've completed all that checklist and all this checklist, this TikTok is actually ready to go. Okay. So then I move it along in the categories. So let's say I found the sounds and I'm done with that piece. I hope this is making sense because I know then but I haven't found the idea yet. So like, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. Sorry. It's the first time I'm doing it on a phone. I was doing it on my computer last night. There we go. So let's say I found the sound, but I don't have I don't have a thought in my mind of what I'm going to do yet. Then I'm moving it to my second category, which is have an idea. So that when I start back up on this particular one, I need to think of the idea. It's in kind of like phases of how I'm doing it, right? So I found the sound, have an idea. I might add additional phases into here. And then once I've completed it, where I just click done at the end of that, I'm going to throw it in here. And I'm actually doing it in order of how I'm posting it. So like, since this due date is, like you can see here, this due date is November 8th. So that one's just nothing because it is nothing, but see how because I just did it as a sample, but see how I have the different color codings. I know like eventually, I don't have these memorized yet, but I will eventually. Actually, I do know that green is business, yellow is product. So I can visually look at this and say, gosh, I have a lot of product content this week. Maybe I should add some other stuff, right? So, and my categories are, oh, I can actually look here. So I'll show you what the categories are. These are the different categories of content that I'm trying to hone in on. I want to always post something about the business, the product. I want to relate with people by being a mom of a teen. I am a dog person and I want to attract people that are moms of teens, that are dog lovers, that are tired, that are over 40. And then I always want to make sure that at least a couple of times a week, I'm doing a tip and a hack. And then maybe just a post for boosting engagement, like just say hi, comment below, say hi to me if you're seeing this in your For You page or something like that. So these are my different categories of content that I'm trying to create. And so then when I look at, like, this will be my weeks right now, it's only today, tomorrow, and Sunday, because I did it all the way through Sunday last week. Now when I look through this, I can say, yep, I've got a lot of business posts. I should probably add some more posts for engagement, or some more posts about dogs, or some more posts about, the product or whatever. Okay, so now this morning I was going to go post my TikTok, right? So it's almost 7 in the morning. I don't know. I don't have a particular time I post. I probably should get a little bit better with figuring out like the best times for me, but I just do it when I can, right? At this point. So I go into this one, and I know this one in my drafts is titled "A Hack for Making Money at Home." Okay. And it's due today by 8 o'clock. Okay. So I'm going to go into my TikTok, into my drafts, and I'm going to find that one, because I always title my TikToks. I put the cover so that you can read actually what it is. So this one right here is that one, "A Hack for Making Money at Home." So that just helps me easily find it in my drafts. Okay. So now I'm just going to post it. It's ready to go. I did everything else I needed to, and I click post. Okay. So now I've posted that. And now in Trello, this one, I can actually archive it because I'm done with it, and it will disappear. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I just downloaded Trello last night and I did all this last night as far as creating all this. I'm happy to send you, share with you any of these, the templates or, the ideas or whatever, and help more with that. Like we could literally do like a little workshop even of setting it up, but I just wanted to share it with you because I thought it was super helpful for me and I think it'll keep me more organized. And I guess that's all I wanted to share. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll talk to you later. Bye.